Let's make a pan of hot, fluffy, golden cornbread. Cornbread is more of a southern states thing than it is here in Canada, but when you try a square of this with butter and honey hot from the oven, you're gonna be in absolute heaven. You're gonna love how soft and moist this recipe turns out, and it's so flexible too. You can enjoy it with pretty much any meal. It goes famously with a bowl of chili, or how about a hunk of hot buttery cornbread with a plate of Hoppin' John? Another southern classic this Canadian boy can't get enough of. Plus, it's so easy and economical to make, you can have a pan of hot fresh cornbread ready in about 30 minutes, any night of the week, just in time for dinner. Believe me guys, if you've never experienced this delight you see right here, then you don't know what you're missing. So sit back, relax, and let's make some golden cornbread. Alright, we're going to start today by preparing an 8-inch square pan. If you wanted to do a 9x13 pan, then I recommend doubling the recipe. It'll work great. Now right here I have a little bit of butter, and I'm going to generously grease the sides of the pan. Just like that. Be generous with the butter. I'm also going to put a little bit on the bottom, but it's more about the sides. Now I'm going to take a piece of parchment paper that I've cut to the shape of the bottom of the pan. I just flipped the pan over like this and traced it. Now I'm just going to place it down. If you have any pencil marks on the parchment paper, make sure they're facing down so they don't come in contact with the cornbread. There we go, you just press it down. There we have it, our pan is ready to go. Now let's make the cornbread. Here I have 1 cup of yellow cornmeal. You could use white cornmeal if you wanted to, but it's not going to be golden cornbread. 1 cup of all-purpose flour. Next, we're going to add some sugar. If you don't like your cornbread very sweet, use 2 tablespoons. But for a slightly sweeter cornbread, use 4 tablespoons. I'm feeling like a little bit of a sweet tooth today, so I'm going to go ahead and use 4 tablespoons of sugar. Sugar also helps make baked goods very moist, so it's a win-win. Next, we have 4 teaspoons of baking powder, 2, 3, 4, and half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to whisk that together till it's nicely combined. It's really important to get those dry ingredients mixed thoroughly. Now, in a measuring cup or a smaller bowl, I'm going to measure 1 cup of milk. Now I have buttermilk today, and if you have some, I recommend using that because buttermilk tends to make a lot of baked goods better. However, you can just use regular milk. I'm going to add 1 egg and 2 tablespoons of any neutral flavored oil. I'm using vegetable oil. Now I'm going to whisk that together until that egg is nice and smooth. Looking for a nice, smooth mixture. Alright, now we'll take those dry ingredients and make a little well in the center. This is a lot like making pancakes. And now I'm going to pour that buttermilk mixture into the dry ingredients. Get every little last bit. And now I'm going to mix this together until it's half combined. Only half. And once you see that it's kind of half mixed like this, add 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Again, every last bit, waste not, want not. And the reason why you add the melted butter now and not with the buttermilk is to prevent solidifying of the butter. If it solidifies, then it doesn't get mixed in thoroughly. So now we just want to mix it until it's just barely combined. So as soon as you stop seeing big pockets of dry flour like that, then you stop mixing. But we just need a couple more turns here to get all that flour incorporated. Over mixing this can make your cornbread tough, possibly. So doing a minimal amount of mixing is always best for these quick breads. All right. I think we're looking pretty good here. Now let's spread this batter into the prepared pan. Oops, there's a little bit of flour there that didn't get mixed in. That's okay, not a big deal. It will get mixed as we spread it into the pan. Just get every little last bit in there. And now just spread it evenly so that it hits all the corners. Just make sure it's nice and even. This batter might look a little thick to you right now, but I promise you this is going to be really fluffy, soft, moist cornbread. And speaking of soft, fluffy cornbread, I'll give you one secret. If you leave your batter in the pan like this for about 20 to 30 minutes before baking it, that cornmeal is going to have a chance to absorb the buttermilk and all the wet ingredients. So that will yield a softer, fluffier cornbread. It'll be really pillowy soft. Otherwise, if you don't have time to do that, you can skip that step. But I do it every time I make corn muffins or cornbread. It just gives me a nice, lighter, more tender result. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to let this sit for about 20 minutes, and then in the meantime, you'll want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 177 Celsius. And if you're enjoying this video, let me know by hitting that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, then please hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that little notification bell. All right, so my batter's been resting for a little bit. Now I'm going to put that in the oven, and we're going to bake it for 22 to 25 minutes, depending on your oven. This one here took exactly 25 minutes. You'll know it's ready when you press it very lightly in the center and it springs back. You can also do the toothpick test. That works really well. If it comes out clean, then it's ready. Now the best time to serve this is right now, hot from the oven. But you do want to wait 5 to 10 minutes before cutting into it. Maybe I can just sort of tap it out like this. And look at how gorgeous that looks. Wow. Go ahead and cut this into as many squares as you'd like. I usually do 9 nice size squares. Just move it over like this. Just look at that. Look at how beautiful and delicious that looks. It's so nice and soft and fluffy and moist. And let me just show you how beautiful it is when you break it open. It looks pretty phenomenal, doesn't it? And when this comes out of the oven, you're probably going to want to try it just on its own like this. But of all the ways you can enjoy this type of quick cornbread, this is the best by far. While it's still hot from the oven, put a little butter and drizzle some honey on it. No, actually drizzle a lot of honey on it, or maple syrup, whichever you prefer. You can literally eat this for breakfast, for brunch, as a snack, even as a side dish or a dessert. Take it to a gathering and enjoy it with your friends, your family, or just by yourself. Don't forget you can get the complete printable recipe on my blog. I've put the link in the description below this video. And while you're there, don't forget to check out all the other amazing, delicious, and easy recipes. I do hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, then I have a feeling you're gonna really love these blueberry muffins.